avoiding work-related discussions during couple time. And this one is very interesting for me because one of the things that I learned was I used to hang out with people from my old job that I was friends with outside of work. And so we had developed these friendships, and our partners, would also be in on the outings and all of that. And one day my husband said to me, I really don't enjoy going to dinner when you guys start to talk about work. And what I realized is that while it was time with my friends, it was also time with my partner. And if he didn't feel like this was a space for him to be in, I could give him the option of, you know what, like I'll go out with my coworkers and you don't have to go. Or I could redirect those conversations to be more inclusive to my partner. Hi, and welcome to the Stethoscopes to Swaddles podcast, episode number 104. I hope you are having a great week. So today I want to share with you the concept of the couple bubble. And I know it's a mouthful, and I wanted to share with you in the context of like your marriage, your relationship with your spouse, and how does that even apply to you? Why should you have one? And how can you as a working parent and your partner create and maintain a couple bubble? Hey mama, you deserve a life free of overwhelm and burnout. Welcome to the Stethoscopes to Swaddles podcast. I'm your host, life and mindset coach, Shiro Bergbauer. I'm also a wife, mom, and CRNA. This is the podcast for high-achieving mamas in medicine like you and I. Together, we'll learn how to navigate the ups and downs of working motherhood. If you're looking to thrive in your relationships and overcome overwhelm in your motherhood, marriage, and medicine, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Stethoscopes to Swaddles podcast. So what exactly is a couple bubble? I know I still can't say it like without feeling like I'm doing all the things. The couple bubble is a term that was coined by couples therapist Dr. Stan Tatkin in his book, Wired for Love. In this book, he basically defines the concept as the emotional connection between partners that creates a sense of safety and security in their relationship. It's a space where the couple can feel protected from external stressors and pressures and can focus on nurturing their bond. In bringing up the couple bubble, he wanted to basically share it as a way for keeping each other in a cherished relationship, because we all want to feel cherished, cared for, and protected. And as social humans, that is like we depend on each other. We depend on other people. We need other people, right? Because we want to feel safe. So in that longing for a safe zone, we actually end up pairing up, right? Whether our partners, whether it's in romantic relationships or committed friendships, right? We also like create that safe zone for each other. So when we prioritize our relationship and we are focused on our relationship coming first, we matter to our partner and we want to be visible and important to our partner. And so one of the things I have learned is that sometimes we don't know how to achieve that, right? Listen, the concept of even marrying for love, like couples getting together because they love each other, it's pretty novel, right? Back in the day, marriages were arranged for political, religious, economic purposes. So people stayed together to provide security for the family and out of duty and obligation. And so safety and security in marriage came at an emotional price. So now in Western culture and in modern culture, right, marriage for love becomes the norm. But when we look at marriage, sometimes we realize that couples may forget what keeps them together, why they're even together, why they got together in the first place. And so this creates the need for the couple bubble. Stan Tatkin describes the couple bubble as the mutually constructed membrane, cocoon, or womb that holds a couple together and protects each partner from outside elements. It's an intimate environment that the partners create and sustain together, and it implicitly guarantees things such as, I will never leave you. I will never frighten you purposefully. When you're in distress, I will relieve you even if I'm the one who is causing the distress. Our relationship is more important than my need to be right, your performance, your appearance, what other people think or want, or any other competing value. You may not be the first to hear about anything and not the you will be the first to hear about anything and not the second, third, or fourth person I tell. And he says it implicitly because couples can and often do make explicit arrangements around any of these elements, but it's a couple bubble. It doesn't have to be this like set in stone, right? So when we think about closeness to your partner, it's subjective, right? How close do you feel to your partner? It's very subjective. I wanted to share this concept because, first of all, I think it's important for us to recognize why it's important for couples to have a couple bubble. My husband and I, we were at a gala. I was reflecting on just like 14 years of friendship, 9 years of marriage, and like what is the thing that keeps us going. And I think it's prioritizing our couple bubble and really rooting for each other. Like it doesn't have to be like written anywhere. We just like know that we create this for our relationship. In today's fast-paced and demanding world, it's so easy for us to be disconnected from our partners. And when we add work, parenting, other responsibilities such as taking care of elderly parents, it can leave very little time for and energy for the relationship, which can lead to feelings of isolation, loneliness, resentment, which can ultimately cause harm to the relationship. So when we create and maintain a couple bubble, it can help couples stay connected and strengthen their bond because it provides, again, that safe space where you can express your needs and feelings, listen to one another, and offer support and comfort. So this not only enhances the relationship, but it can also improve the overall well-being of each partner, reduce stress, and increase resilience. So what are other benefits of having the couple bubble? One is that we have increased emotional intimacy, right? When we create and maintain a couple bubble, it allows partners to build emotional intimacy, which is really critical for healthy and fulfilling relationships. Also, emotional intimacy involves being vulnerable, sharing feelings, and being supportive of each other. So that means making sure that your vulnerability vault is your partner, which causes a deeper understanding of one another and strengthen the bond between partners. So one of the things that I will say that I've observed among sometimes clients that I coach or people who reach out to me in the DMs is that they and their partners have these enduring vulnerabilities that they don't share with each other. And so it can be related to sharing your dreams and hopes, talking about finances. And what I find that this lack of vulnerability and sharing and supporting each other creates such a disintegration in the relationship because they don't have a deep trust for each other. They don't have a deep friendship. And so this is why having a couple bubble is so critical. Number two, it creates enhanced communication, right? When you have a couple bubble, it allows you to better communicate with your partner because you have a safe space in which you can express how you feel, what you need, and you can offer each other support and comfort. So again, this not only enhances the relationship, but it will increase the resilience. Number three is that it increases relationship satisfaction. When partners feel safe and secure in a relationship, they're more satisfied with the relationship. The couple bubble creates a space for each of the partners to prioritize the relationship, leading to increased satisfaction and happiness. Number four is a couple bubble creates space for improved conflict resolution. You know, I talk about conflict a lot on this podcast and conflict in marriage and other relationship, but we all know that rupture is obviously, inevitable in any relationship. And having a couple bubble helps you as partners to express your concerns and feelings without fear of judgment or rejection or criticism, without, creating that space of I can't express myself because I might be attacked. So this allows for better communication, understanding, and problem solving. Last but not least is reduce stress. So creating and maintaining a couple bubble can also reduce stress levels in partners because when you feel supported and connected, you're better able to handle external stressors such as work, parenting responsibility, taking care of elderly parents, relationship dynamics with friends. So this can in turn improve your overall well-being and reduce the negative effects of stress on mental and physical health. The benefits are obviously numerous, right? And creating this and maintaining it is so helpful because it gives you capacity to prioritize your relationship and really show up for each other. So how can you create a couple bubble as working parents to maintain and really also preserve? One is to make time for each other. I always say on this podcast, I know our lives are busy, parenting takes over, and it can be very challenging to create space and time to connect with each other. However, this is a crucial aspect of co-parenting in marriage is to prioritize your relationship and set aside regular one-on-one time with your partner. And it doesn't have to be complicated. I am the queen of keep it simple, stupid, right? Could be a weekly date night or, checking in, the 20-minute stress reducing conversation, checking in with each other. What's going on at work? What are the things that you're dealing with right now? How can I support you? Number 2 is setting boundaries. So it's essential that you set boundaries so you can protect your couple bubble from external stressors. This might be a trigger for some of you, limiting technology use, right? Kind of cutting down on your screen time if your partner is stating that they feel neglected because you are always checking your phone or you're always scrolling social media. Avoiding work-related discussions during couple time. And this one is very interesting for me because one of the things that I learned was I used to hang out with people from my old job that I was friends with outside of work. And so we had developed these friendships and our partners, would also be in on the outings and all of that. And one day my husband said to me, I really don't enjoy going to dinner when you guys start to talk about work. And what I realized is that while it was time with my friends, it was also time with my partner. And if he didn't feel like this was a space for him to be in, I could give him the option of, you know what, like I'll go out with my coworkers and you don't have to go. Or I could redirect those conversations to be more inclusive to my partner. The other thing is what could happen is prioritizing self-care so we can reduce our personal stress levels, right? Because usually the person who bears the brunt of our dysregulated, stressed out self is our partner. So showing up and really supporting them. Speaking of stress levels, I will be hosting a masterclass on March 18th, which is this weekend. And I hope you can join me. I will set up the sign up link. If you can't make it live, you will get a recording if you're registered. So please tune in. We're going to talk about how to manage your stress and reduce your personal stress levels. Number 3 is practicing active listening. And active listening involves paying attention to your partner, practicing empathy, and validating their emotion and their experience of you. So it's important to create that safe space where your partner feels like you can hear them and you understand them and you value them. Number 4 is practicing gratitude. So when you can express gratitude to each other for one another, you can strengthen that bond and enhance your relationship in a positive manner. It could be as simple as saying thank you and leaving notes of appreciation. As I have talked about before, like small things often, which is a concept that the Gottman Institute came up with for how to like revitalize your marriage and your relationship. It's just so important to like share our gratitude for our partner, share what we're thankful that they're doing right, focusing on what they're getting right, and expressing that to them. Number 5 is seeking professional help if you need it. So if you're struggling to create or maintain your couple bubble, it may be important to seek help from a marriage therapist, a couple therapist who can help you maybe see the gaps that you currently have. Is it your ability to bid for connection? Is it how the bids are being received and requited? How can you enhance your communication? How can you resolve conflict? And how can you strengthen your relationship? So one of the things that Stan Tatkin talks about in his book that I thought was very interesting is like when people offer us the thought that you have to love yourself before anyone can love you. And he kind of makes this argument for, is it really possible to love yourself before someone else loves you? And he was saying how, like, when babies come into the world, then wouldn't they be already self-loving or self-loathing? And we know that they're not. Human beings don't start by thinking anything about themselves, whether it's good or bad. We learn to love ourselves precisely because we have experienced being loved by someone, which is usually our primary parent, right? So we learn to take care of ourselves because someone has taken care of us, and we develop our self-worth and self-esteem because of other people. So, I think that's also key in thinking about the couple bubble, in which, like, I think sometimes we prioritize autonomy so much in relationships. And while that is helpful, like, we can also notice how maybe we co-regulate and we love on each other based on the other person loving us. And so one of the things that I wanted to be very clear on is that we as the couple, we prioritize that we come first, like everything else is secondary. I know that if you are not here with your partner, it may require couples therapy to even get into this, right? And if you maybe have some past attachment problems and some past connection problems, this might also be room for you to seek professional help. But in the couple bubble, you agree to put the relationship before anything and everything else. And that means that you put your partner's well-being, self-esteem, and distress relief first. And it also means your partner does the same for you. Like, it's a pact. So it's not like one person's doing it and the other one's not. Like, you say to each other, we come first, and that cements the couple bubble. One of the things that I wanted to just be very clear is being aware, like, the benefits of the couple bubble. It doesn't come easily and it does take work. And if you're listening to this and you're like, oh my God, I don't even know how to even get started, that's okay. Nothing has gone wrong. You and your partner can just start working to create that awareness to keep each other safe and secure, right? So some things you can do is to start noticing when you're not prioritizing your partner's safety and security, and maybe paying close attention to that. Also being aware that the bubble is set up in the absolute, like, foundation of safety and security. And so you both have, like, this implicit trust of each other, and also that it's maintained and honored mutually, right? So it's not codependency, because in codependency, you're living through and for each other while ignoring your own needs. This is, you also care about your own needs, but you support your partner. I know this was short and sweet, and I just wanted to kind of bring that topic to your mind, and we'll go deeply again into it soon, but I wanted to just kind of put that in your brain. Like, how can you create your couple bubbles? How can you, start considering how to set it up, and just, like, notice where you have kind of, like, maybe lost that connection, that safety and connection, and commit to prioritizing your partnership, and maybe bringing up, like, how to support each other and really see each other for what you are meant for. And I think sometimes what I see in my clients that I coach is that they have an awareness of what this is, and they have an awareness of how to create it. And once, like, their awareness becomes even clearer, then they can go out into the relationship and express their needs, and they're met with great reception and great affection by their partner, and they can create this couple bubble. So that is what I had for you today. I really wanted to record this before I lose my voice, because that does happen, and I wanted you guys to have something to think about for this week. And also, if you are going to come to the monthly masterclass, again, it's going to be on March 18th, and I cannot wait to see you there. So, in conclusion, the benefits of a couple bubble are very big and significant, and creating this space can enhance your emotional intimacy, communication, relationship satisfaction, conflict resolution, and reduce your stress levels. So my ask of you this week is to take the time to prioritize your relationship and create a couple bubble with your partner, because this is well worth the benefits. All right, have a great week, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye now. I'm Shira Bergbauer, and you've been listening to the Stethoscopes to Swaddles podcast. New episodes are out every Monday. These episodes are created by me, Shira Bergbauer, and produced by Cassidy Mitchell. If you enjoyed this show or found it helpful, please rate it and review us on Apple Podcasts. If the concepts I share on this podcast resonate with you, or you're ready to change your relationships and mindset, I can help you. If you'd like in-depth, personalized support, I'd love to invite you to apply for my Life and Mindset coaching program. Just imagine you and I every week working together as I teach you the tools to up-level your life. To book your free 1-hour consultation call, go to www.stethoscopestoswaddles.com/consultation. You're doing a great job, Mama. Have a great week. Bye now.